Heaven and hell aren't real. Let me explain. Now, we already talked about how being punished or rewarded for all of eternity as an immortal being for what you did in a short mortal life makes no sense quantum physics wise and spiritually. So where do these places come from? Hot and cold, fast and slow, love and fear. They are all two sides of the same coin, just on different levels. Understand that first, as the same thing goes energetically. There are heaven and hell like dimensions, heavenly ones being high in frequency and hellish ones being low in frequency. Every religion has a concept of heaven and hell. Everything is energy and there are different realms of different frequencies. Now, depending on the frequency of your soul, you could enter certain dimensions. This is where the idea of judgment comes from, because if you're in low frequency, you cannot enter a place of high frequency. This is also where the idea of non-believers going to hell comes from, because people who are distant from the universal consciousness, source, God, whatever you want to call it, will operate on a lower frequency than those who understand its presence. So, for example, someone who's done very negative things in their lifetime will die and then they're just left with their soul. They see from a soul level now and they realize that what they did in life was so low vibrational, and now they are so low frequency that they enter lower frequency versions of the spirit realm. From here, you would choose to incarnate somewhere else again, learn lessons, and raise your soul's frequency. But the thing is, heaven and hell are also states of being, which is why people could get it mixed up, as you could create your own heaven and hell on earth depending again on your frequency. Someone who's lived a very positive life will die and then realize that they did exactly what they came here to learn or do. Then they can live in higher frequency realities and incarnate in higher frequency bodies because their vibration is higher. So really, incarnations are like jumping into a video game to learn and to grow as a soul. So heaven and hell aren't exactly like what we were told as kids. They aren't just dimensions, but they're also frequencies and states of being. Because you could create your own heaven and hell on earth. Remember that the truth is in all religions, as they are all just different perspectives of the greater truth of the universe, not the absolute truth. So none of these are right or wrong, but they all have truth in them.